One of my most favorite color to black and white conversion methods is utilizing the Adobe Camera Raw interface, which is very similar to Lightroom as far as how they work. I don't want to manipulate my original image though, because as I'm doing it now, it will be a destructive edit, as in once I apply it, it's kind of stuck, especially after I save the file. So I'm going to hit Command or Control J, which duplicated my image. So now I have two. And I'm going to go up to Filter, and I'm going to choose Camera Raw Filter. Bam! Adobe Camera Raw is awesome. It's going to launch that duplicated image into the Adobe Camera Raw interface, and I get all the controls right here at my fingertips. And the first thing I'm going to check is just black and white. Okay, so I've converted that to black and white, and you can see the mixture of colors. Now here's the powerful part. The first thing I'm going to do to make luminosity adjustments based on color alone, I'm going to go up to this panel. This is the black and white mix icon. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I know the background's red, so I can make that darker. And now I have orange slider, which I didn't have with the black and white adjustment. See how that got rid of this little part right here? Do you see how there's a little posterization happening? So I'm getting rid of that little part. Posterization can be an issue when you're making adjustments to these color sliders in a black and white adjustment. So just always pay attention to that. So I want to make the yellow. I will make the yellow just a little lighter. And I think I've done all I need or want to do with this. So I think that's enough. So I'm going to click this icon here to take me back to the basic panel. Now that I'm back at the basic panel, I can adjust whatever it is that I see needs adjusting. For me, I'm going to make the lizard a little bit darker and grittier by increasing the clarity, which adjusts the mid-tone contrast. And then I'm going to dehaze it just a bit. And then I'm going to actually have to pull the exposure down just a touch, make the contrast a little more. And I want to make sure I don't blow out any of those whites. And you can see I've stretched out the histogram and I've clipped some of the black. And I don't care ultimately. I'll hold down the Alt or Option key while I click on it. So everything that's blue means there's clipped information, like it's pure black. There's no gradations there. And I'll hit the Alt or Option key and click on that again. I'm okay using black as a graphic design element. The whole idea that you need to have perfect detail in all of your shadows and perfect detail in all of your highlights.
It looks like...
Well, that's just total There are times where that's an appropriate goal, but don't forget the roots of photography. Photography is about capturing images and making art and communicating a story. And sometimes the utilization of graphic elements like stark blacks or stark whites help tell that story effectively. And for me, I like how this really pops the lizard out, who's the most important part of this story for me. So I raised my texture all the way up. Definitely went a little heavy-handed there, but I like it. I'm going to click OK, and the file updates. Now, if you think, okay, well, maybe you went a little too far. Well, just turn off that eyeball, go back to the original background layer, hit Command or Control J again, go up to Filter, Camera Raw Filter, and make a less crazy adjustment. And this time I'll just choose the black and white. I'll choose the black and white mix. I'll hit auto this time, see what it does. Yeah, it didn't do as much as I want, but I do want to retain maybe some of those rivets in the background. So I'll take that to here. And maybe I'll go a little different with the lizard this time. Actually, should I go that way? Do I like that look? See, that's the inverted luminosity, and I enjoy that, but I think yeah, I'll just stay there for now. I'll click OK. So now I have two, and I can mix them and merge them either by lowering the opacity of the top layer. I can change the order of them by clicking and dragging, seeing that cyan line up here, and I can convert this back to 100%, click on this layer and drag it down to 70%, maybe 30%. So I have look at all the control that I have. Now I have the rivets. I still have my subject to background difference, but I'm not using pure black as a graphic element, just more darker tones. So you really do have total creative control over your images. And again, this is using the Adobe Camera Raw conversion method. Bam! Adobe Camera Raw is awesome. Hey, what are you still doing here? It's over. Go home.
Yes! That's awesome! What? You just took one in the jugular, man! Whoa! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, I did! Is this bad? Is this bad? You should pull that out.
Hey, you stayed to the end. You know what that means? You're awesome. I'm talking about you. Now get out of here.